I met Jeannie Bridgeman about a year ago, shortly after she joined the MncAN Aphasia Conversation Group at United Hospital in St. Paul. We were talking that day about what people wanted to focus on to participate in life more, and Jeannie wanted to learn to give a speech again or lead a meeting, as she often did at her work in the nonprofit sector as a finance specialist. She said she could start with practicing at the group, and I said, well, how about starting with 1 minute? To which she replied, what? How about 30 seconds? Jeannie reached well beyond that goal this year, and in fact, I've had to tell her that she needs to cut her speech down from the original 7 minutes to 4 minutes. She is not only a participant in our MncAN programs and potentially a MncAN group leader for a future participant-led program, but she has also become a friend. I'm so pleased to introduce you to Jeannie Bridgeman.
1 year ago, my life was completely different. I was a controller for a national nonprofit, and I felt like I was at the top of my game. Last September, it was a beautiful fall weekend, but I spent it working on 2020 organizational budgets, which, believe it or not, budgets were a lot of fun for me. Little did I know, though, what 2020 would bring for me and all of us. On that Monday, I woke up to get ready for work. My husband asked me a question, and suddenly I was just speaking nonsense. I felt like I was in a bad dream. It turns out I was having a stroke. After a week in the hospital, I went home. When I got home, I couldn't even say my name or count to 10. After spending a career in finance, this was very frustrating and sad. I was also feeling lonely and isolated. But then I started a speech therapy, and I joined a MncAN group. I was nervous to go at first, but I quickly found out that it was a safe space and accepting. I made many new friends. My group not only helped me with speaking and listening, but we also encouraged each other to reconnect with our hobbies. There was one member in my group who was an artist but hadn't done art since his stroke. He started creating art again and even has a piece in the auction. We also read from journals. We baked and she shared treats. I made raspberry scones. We also listened to Minnesota true crime podcasts and discussed them. That really got us talking. We also talked about sports, and as the only girl in my group, we talked about a lot of sports. We each made goals. And Julia helped me to set my goal to make a 30-second presentation for the group. I think that she was planting the seeds to get me to speak at this fundraiser. At the time, it seemed like a huge undertaking. Then 6 months ago, I had emergency surgery. This was about the same time that the virus hit. My world changed again. I felt so isolated, and I really missed my friends from the group. I could tell by not being able to go, that my speech had regressed. MncAN bought the technology so that we could have Zoom meetings and reconnect with each other and keep working on our goals. MncAN has helped me break my barriers of communication and isolation. I've learned how to accept myself, advocate for myself, challenge myself, and build a new support system with new friends. 1 year ago, I wouldn't have dreamed that I'd be speaking to a large group like tonight. With the help of MncAN, I'm doing that. Thank you for your support of this wonderful organization.